Grief is a complex and deeply personal experience, and there are many misconceptions about it. Here are 5 of those misconceptions. Number 1, that grief follows a predictable path, like the 5 stages of grief by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. So those are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And while these stages provide a framework for understanding grief, they're not universal or linear. People don't necessarily follow them in that order, and some people don't experience all of them. Grief is unique to each individual and can be more cyclical, and it's more like it comes and goes in waves. Number 2 is that time heals all wounds. The notion that grief will simply disappear with time is a common misconception. And while time can help, it doesn't automatically heal all wounds. The intensity of the grief may lessen, but your sense of loss can persist, and the healing requires active effort and support and sometimes professional help. And you might carry your grief with you in different ways throughout your life. Number 3 is that you should move on quickly. And society pressures people, right, to move on or get over the grief within a certain time frame. And this can lead to feelings of guilt or inadequacy if you can't get over your grief. And there is no timeline for grieving. Every journey is personal, and for some people it might take longer. Number 4 is that grief is only about sadness. And grief is associated with sadness, but in reality, there are many other emotions that are part of grieving. For example, anger, guilt, anxiety, and there are actually some moments of joy as well. And you can have conflicting feelings simultaneously, and it's important to recognize all of these. Number 5, that you should grieve alone. People sometimes think that grieving is a solitary process and that you should be strong and you should handle it alone. When in reality, seeking support from friends, family, or support groups can be incredibly beneficial. And in fact, grief needs to be witnessed for you to heal. So just remember that, and understanding all of these misconceptions can help provide better support for people who are grieving, whether that's you or a family member, a friend, or someone you know.